Right now, we're standing on Vulture's Row. We're high atop the flight deck of the USS Nimitz. The naval aircraft carrier has been patrolling the Pacific Rim for the better part of the last 7 months. And for some of the crew, deployment ends right here, right now, at Pearl Harbor. But first things first, in order to cover a story about an aircraft carrier at sea, you have to fly to the aircraft carrier on one of these. A C-2 Greyhound, the Navy's carrier onboard delivery aircraft. Then after you fly to the carrier, you've got to land on the carrier. After about an hour in the air, traveling due southeast from Oahu, we had arrived on board the USS Nimitz, a 1,092-foot nuclear-powered carrier that first launched in May of 1972, making it the oldest serving carrier in the U.S. fleet and in the world. We were arriving during a deployment that began the day after Thanksgiving, and thinking our arrival was to cover what we thought initially to be the final 2 days of this mission before coming home, or so we thought.
So we actually got a phone call about you guys by chance for the media, and so the ship's XO, the executive officer, he called down to media and he asked us, hey, how would the schedule change with the media flying out if we pulled in a day early? And we all kind of looked at each other and were like, does that mean something?
It does mean something, that a day many sailors had circled on the calendar as the day they'd return home to friends and family would actually come 1 day earlier. Probably not going to be many complaints about that.
Getting to spend an extra day in Hawaii sounded very rough.
Welcome news for many who felt like they've been at sea for a long time. A rewarding experience for sure, but for those from Hawaii, they're happy to be home.
This is actually, I've almost been in for like 10 years, and this is my first deployment, so it was an experience for me. Okay. I just love stopping over ports, seeing different cultures, things that they have to offer in each port. It was awesome.
Something that wasn't an option for those on the previous Nimitz deployment.
Being able to hit ports this time around. Last time we weren't able to because of COVID, so it was nice to go out and actually see other countries.
Exploring foreign cultures is great, but even the woman in command knows there's no place like home.
Sailors join the Navy to see the world, and certainly these sailors did. But more than one of them have said, we're really glad to get back to the United States. And so when they get off the ship today or tomorrow, they may be enjoying some American.
Seeing the Honolulu skyline is a familiar sight to many on board, but brand new to others.
Oh, I'm looking forward to exploring the island and seeing the culture and the food, and everyone talks about how beautiful it is, so I'm excited to see, kind of do a few hikes, see nature, see the beach.
And the sign that we were coming close to home and nearing the end of the mission, sailors in dress whites on the flight deck, getting ready for the ceremonial arrival to man the rails. And coming into Pearl Harbor creates moments unlike any other. Approaching the memorials of the Missouri and the Arizona. Then at last, the final push into the dock at Pearl Harbor. Thank you for your service, and welcome home, sailors. From Joint Base Pearl Harbor Hickam, Robert Buan, KITV4 Island News.
Robert now joins us in studio. Robert, any major surprises for the crew during their 7 months at sea?
Yeah, there were a couple of them. We talked to Captain Craig Sokola, who was in command of 6 of the 7 months. One, there was a reroute Memorial Day weekend to Guam ahead of Typhoon Mawar. They went there for damage assessment. They ended up doing thousands of pounds of laundry. Doesn't sound like much, but think about hospitals, dirty scrubs, trying to operate under generator power, and you don't have washing machines. That's a big help. And then 2, several encounters with the Chinese military at sea and in the air. He said that they were very polite, very professional. Captain Sokola said everything went by the scripts and protocols of engagement. By his account, 29 years at sea, some of the most professional interactions that he's ever had at command. So those were some of the things that happened. Maybe some hope for diplomacy with China after all.
Wow, pretty amazing. 7 months at sea, and they did so much too.
Definitely.
Thank you so much.
How was it for you, the experience being on the aircraft carrier?
Unbelievable experience. The next time anyone needs to go out onto an aircraft carrier, I will be the first to raise my hand.
So you didn't get seasick?
Nope,
Okay.
not this time.
Good.
All right, thanks, Rob.